Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great today. Welcome to part one of this week's Food Forest Tours. Hope you've been doing good and hope stuff's been growing well for you so far this year. This is the apple grafted trees. They are doing really good. A lot of these have put on probably 14 to 16 inches of growth, especially on this end right here and even towards the middle over there. All these right here in the middle and kind of left side of this bed are for the most part looking really good. It's gonna be amazing how much growth they're gonna put on this year if they just put this in so far, which is really encouraging. They should grow to a couple feet just this first year, and hopefully get each little shoot, if some of them are sending up multiple shoots, to root, and so we'll have multiple trees that'll be on their own roots hopefully to plant out next year. Grafted pears are looking good too. Got a lot of really good growth here, over a foot also already. I'd say it's about maybe 40% for the pears that are probably doing that, and probably more like 60 or 70% with the apples. So a little bit more vigorous growth with the apples. I did have a bigger size rootstock, like a bigger width size on some of the apple trees, so that could probably have something to do with it. So that's kind of interesting, but overall I think that it just may be the apples recovering or responding better to the grafting, but still a good amount of good success with the pears. The grapes are starting to bloom. As you can see, those little things right there are actually the small grape flowers. So they are blossoming and hopefully start setting some fruit soon. This third one near the bottom of the first row is really sending up some shoots, even though I plucked a lot of them off from the main vine. It's got some more growing back on it. And the grape clusters on this vine look really healthy too. They got some, you can see they're quite a bit longer flower parts on this one than the other one, so that's kind of interesting. Thought this was kind of interesting. I used to have some strawberries over here, except they were quite a ways away, kind of over back in that section. But it looks like a few of the runners had got over here and got established, and I just picked two really good sized strawberries the other day, and oh, there's another one starting to form right there, and so maybe that'll stay hidden too, away from everything. And it was one of them was slightly, had just a tiny bit of bug damage, but I just chopped off the tip of it, and it was still very edible. And the other one was in perfect condition, and then they both tasted amazing. They had really good flavor, and so that was really exciting to find this little volunteer over here. I'm sure it maybe had gotten established before, but just coming back really good this year, so that was really good to see. Kind of in the same section over here near the grafted trees, they got a volunteer lettuce that came up from last year. I think I might have stepped on it, but it's coming back quite well. I always like to see volunteer plants. Blueberries are still looking really good, getting really good size now, looking really healthy. Let's see, these have a slightly bluer color on them, so they may be turning blue soon, so could have some blueberries. Sometimes they just have a little bit different pigments on the different varieties, so that's what it could be, but looks like these might be getting ready shortly. We'll see though. So this is right there. Looks like the mulberry, either the mulberry rootstock or the mulberry grafted section that is coming back from, I thought this one had died. I think this is the one I had hit with the shovel, I'm pretty sure. And I thought it had died, but it looks like that it has survived, and I'm just now looking next door. Let's see. Right there, you can see that's a stick from the or a cutting from the mulberry, and it does have a shoot coming up from it also. I can't tell if that's from the rootstock yet or the grafted variety, named variety on top, but I want to take a look at that real quick and find out and see what's going on. hard to tell. It could be from the rootstock, it looks like, but if they did fail, if the grass did fail, I'm glad at least the rootstock's surviving. But it could be from the scion, but it does look like it may be more from the rootstock, so that'll be interesting to see. These grape cuttings are just doing really well. Got lots, starting to put on some really good growth. Pretty much, if not 100% success, it looks like it's at least 90% success. Probably closer to 100%. I do see maybe 1 or 2 cuttings that maybe didn't make it, so probably close to 90%, but I'm really excited about getting that good from these grapevines, and a lot of them look really healthy. That one's got about 8 inches of growth right there, and they really look like they're starting to take off, so I'm pretty sure those with this new growth are really established and got some roots, good roots coming down, so that's really good to see. So the grapes definitely did like being in the full sun more, and so that other bed with the grapes, I'm going to probably try to remove a limb that's over them and allow some sunlight in there, so hopefully that'll help. And the figs are really starting to come back. Over there, those were the first 2 that came up, and this is like almost all the figs have started putting off some growth. There's a little bit down there, a little bit over there, a little bit right here. This one's pretty good coming up. Some of the pomegranates are really starting to grow a lot now. Looking really good. That one's got like 2 shoots that are about 1 foot long almost already, so that's really good to see. So they look like they're recovering good. I plan to probably move these pretty soon over to the main food forest section back here, putting them on some of the ridges in between the fruit trees just to kind of fill it in, and so hopefully the pomegranates will crop pretty young, and I'll go ahead and get them to their permanent spot while they're pretty small, and they should be able to take it pretty good during this time of the year because they kind of seem to thrive with the heat and can do okay with the drier conditions, so they shouldn't. I moved some last year during the summer months and they seem to take it pretty well, so I think they'll do pretty good. The apple rootstock is just going crazy. It's almost 2 feet of growth on some of these on this end. Just huge. At least 1 foot on about all of them now for the most part. Look really good and healthy. You can see those ones with the red tinged leaves, and the majority of them have the green leaves. The seedling peach is really thriving. It's got at least 2 feet of growth on it, and it's just pumping out. It's really enjoying that spot. It's got a bunch of side shoots. All the side shoots are about 6 inches long or more. So far it looks like, so they're doing really good. Peach seedlings all seem to be doing well over in this bed. It's still coming up really good, really thick. Lots of good growth on there. Love seeing all the nice wildflower diversity in the food forest. It's just so cool. Pomegranates are all in about the same stages that they have been, still just kind of getting started. This one in the middle right here that was kind of one of the first ones to come up, it has bypassed its height from last year by quite a lot. It's probably, not a lot, it's probably like 4 inches higher than it was, and the side branches are just coming off and really growing well. Got lots of new shoots coming off there to the side. They look like they're really healthy, growing really fast so far. Thanks for tuning in to part 1 of this week's Food Forest Tours, guys. We'll head over to see the peaches in the first few rows of the food forest in part 2's tours. Hope we'll see y'all there. Bye, guys.